All right, thanks for joining us here in the WECT Digital Studio. I'm News Director Brad Myers, here right now with First Alert Meteorologist Ella Tansey, joining us as we look ahead to next week and, of course, the impending winter storm. Ella, obviously we're not used to, winter weather here, definitely not snow and ice. So as we're getting closer, about a little over a day out, everyone wants to know, are we still talking snow? And if so, how much?
Confidence is growing that we're still talking snow. Models are essentially in agreement that that's really the main type of wintry precipitation that we're going to see with this system Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Now, overall, that system will move in and out pretty quickly. Okay. The time frame for that snowfall really hasn't changed. So we're talking late Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning where we'll see that snowfall occur.
Of course. So now as we're getting closer again, everything, and this is why we keep telling folks, be sure that you tune in early and often with us, because as we know, as we get closer to these, the details can change here, but kind of walk us through the timeline and tell me again, we're max 1? Is that
max 1, that's correct. Yep. And essentially we could break down this week into 3 parts. Overall, we're going to see chilly temperatures for a majority of this week. We're talking tomorrow, even into Saturday morning, where we'll see lows below freezing. So that poses concern, and these are going to potentially be some of the coldest temperatures of the season. And honestly, we really haven't seen temperatures this cold in years. So make sure you are remembering the 4 Ps. I know you hear us talk about it all the time: people, pets, plants, and pipes. And we're really going to see those cold temperatures move in as soon as tomorrow morning, which does pose a separate concern. We saw a lot of rainfall this weekend. Right. So I will say be cautious of those larger puddles tomorrow morning where they could have a layer of ice on them. But as we talk about this wintry system moving in that Tuesday night, Wednesday timeframe for snow, that the confidence in that has grown. And also we do have some concerns over ice, meaning that if temperatures get above freezing during the day, Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday, we'll see if any accumulation does occur, that melting, and overnight temperatures are going to be below freezing. So that does pose concerns over ice. So it really is going to be best to not travel too much. Travel likely going to be impacted with this system. And I do want to get into some of these temperatures hour by hour, and because we're going to start to see those temperatures as chilly as tonight. So just trying to get this to move. Is there a way that we can advance?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I can advance it from here or not. Maybe we can get some help from some of the folks who are back there. In the meantime, talk to us about what type of wintry precipitation that we're talking about here.
So we're mainly talking about snow when we're looking at Tuesday night into Wednesday. I know there's also some talk about another system as we look from Thursday night into Friday. Models are still running. We're essentially in that long-term time frame that we were talking about last week with this system. Now about that system, models are still running. And for that, I think we're likely going to see rain, freezing rain, and even the potential for a mix with that system. Okay. But I know all eyes are on the snowfall Tuesday into Wednesday, and that's just mainly going to be snow.
So talk to us about how, I guess, this storm is going to be a little different from last week's system.
So last week's system, we saw the transition of a wintry mix into rain. With this system, temperatures are going to be below freezing during the time frame where we'll have that system move in. So we are talking about snowfall here because those temperatures will be below freezing. And essentially, that's the biggest difference. Last week, we were talking about, well, where's the freezing line going to be? And that's going to really dictate some of, what type of precipitation we'll see. And this week, confidence is high that that freezing line is going to be a little bit further south. And so we'll see snow with this system.
All right. So, again, with some of this, the storm really only, a day away or so, what advice do you have for viewers, on the best way to prepare for this?
So make sure to remember the 4 Ps. For one, make sure you have your winter weather wardrobe ready. Those coats, hats, scarves, the whole thing, because it's going to be cold. And we're talking about wind chills in the teens, even into single digits in some areas. So be on the lookout and make sure to stay tuned for those cold weather advisories, because we could see a cold weather advisory as soon as tomorrow night. That's how cold those temperatures will get, and even those feels like values. Maybe grab some salt your driveway a little bit, and tune in. We get a better understanding of the system every single day. Like today, we are seeing some of the high resolution models run for the first time, and it's been interesting to watch the high resolution models versus the long range models that we have seen and that we have been showing, and we're kind of getting a clearer picture of what the system is actually going to bring here locally.
Speaking of which, I'm going to challenge you here.
Okay.
This is live, so we're having issues getting those graphics up. I'm going to tap dance and talk about the WECT news and weather app. You run in there, try to get that started, and let's see if we can do this.
Perfect.
So we're going to give Ella just a second to get those graphics restarted. Let me see if I can pop up the WECT news and weather apps. Don't forget to download those. That's either in the Apple App Store. You can also download it in the Google Play Store, both free downloads. Definitely with the First Alert weather app, you're going to be getting those updates throughout the day from our First Alert meteorologists as they walk you through the storm. As Ella was just saying, every single day, you tune in and learn a little bit more with this. I know there are a lot of folks who are wanting to know, hey, are we going to be able to, break out the sleds, even though I'm sure there aren't too many folks who have sleds around here. Did hear some folks even ordering those on Amazon, just crossing their fingers hoping for it. But either way, make sure that you tune in, sign up for our push alerts, push notifications, and when you get those, you will get updated. You can also download all of our Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, all of those apps to be able to watch us. So, all right, were we able to get it done? Let's check. Drum roll, please.
Let's see.
No. Okay.
Hey,
there we go.
Exactly.
See, she saved the day. All right, walk us through this.
All right, so cold temperatures tonight. We're really going to see them drop quickly as those clouds move on out of here. Essentially, that cold trough is moving in. So if we take you hour by hour from tonight into tomorrow morning, you're going to see those temperatures below freezing, and some of those feels like values are going to be in the lower 20s and even the teens. So make sure that you are bundled up before you head out the door if you have any plans, but it really is just going to be a cold day tomorrow. Highs, 40s, in some cases 30s. So that's how soon we'll see the cold temperatures. And then as we take you from Monday afternoon into Tuesday morning, temperatures will be even colder. Actual temperatures in the teens and 20s. And if you look at those feels like values, which are in the blue, they are in the lower and middle teens. So that's very cold to bare skin. Make sure if you have any outdoor animals that you have, they have a warm place to go.
Sure.
And also with these wind chill values, they have the potential to threaten some of those exposed pipes, which is also something that, we want you to think about. If you have not winterized your homes, your cars, make sure to do so tonight.
You're running out of time. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
You are running out of time because cold weather is going to be here as soon as tomorrow morning. Now, as we take you from Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, temperatures are staying in the 30s, feels like in the 20s. And then as we take you hour by hour, this is our in-house model. This is one of the first runs of it with this system. We're taking you from Tuesday morning. We'll see those clouds thicken throughout the day. As we go into Tuesday afternoon and into Tuesday night, here's where you'll see the system move in. Snowfall likely as we take you from Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. And then that system slowly starts to move out throughout the early morning hours of Wednesday morning. I could say a stray flurry is possible and when you wake up as well.
And what we were talking about before this broadcast is, unlike some of the other storms that we've seen, definitely probably over the past decade or so, not that we've had that many, it's really more inland, but we're talking coastal areas here.
That's right. We are talking coastal areas because the center of the low is going to be offshore. And as you get closer to the center of a low, that's where you'll typically see those higher precipitation values. So we're talking slightly higher snowfall amounts along the coast. And I know a lot has been circulating about, okay, what are the actual numbers with this system? And so we kind of have it broken down from the boom or is it a bust? You know, there's still a chance that this is a bust, but very, very low. But confidence has grown that we are likely going to see something. And we're in that range, that sweet spot that Gannon said earlier this morning, coating, which is a nuisance to most of us. Now, a lot of us are not used to driving in snow or ice. And if you are not used to that, please do not be on the roads because it just gets hectic. We've seen it time and time again whenever we have these systems.
Right. Know your vehicle. Front wheel drive, probably not going to do well whenever. Listen, let's be honest, though. If it turns to ice, it doesn't matter what you're driving. Then it's going to be dangerous and slick out there.
And you don't need a lot of ice to cause problems. That's something that we also want to be on the lookout for as well. But with the snowfall, too, we're not really, confidence is growing that we're likely not going to see a generational event. So the 8 to 10 inches, even a foot of snowfall that you're seeing on some of the generic weather apps, that's unlikely to happen.
I see comments already, folks like Elizabeth saying, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Lisa saying, I would love to see it snow. Somebody else saying, get your trash cans ready, kids, because obviously a lot of kids don't have sleds around here. Fingers crossed. I know a lot of folks were hoping just to get, a winter blast here, but obviously we're going to keep a close eye on it here for definitely the next few days as we are planning team coverage here.
Exactly.
And we're just making sure that we have all of our ducks in a row, as folks at home should be doing. Just that way we can make sure that we cover this storm well. In fact, we were all laughing, saying we're going to be bringing in the sleeping bags and stuff like that because we're not exactly sure what to expect, but never hurts to prepare.
Exactly. Make sure to prepare now. And it is best to always over-prepare than under-prepare because this really isn't going to be the best time to go out to the store and grab salt whenever it's, say, Wednesday afternoon because temperatures are really not getting out of the 30s right now, low to middle 30s for highs.
Right.
So in some areas, temperatures aren't getting above freezing. And if temperatures do get above freezing, some of that snow starts to melt, and then that could turn to ice as we get into Thursday. Now, I do have, if we want to pull up Max 1, just...
Sure. I'll pull up Max 1 second. Oh, there we go.
Yep. This is one of our high resolution models. I know a lot of people are talking numbers. So we are going to show you some of those numbers that the higher resolution models like, and that fits into the sweet spot that we're talking about. We have, inland areas seeing less amounts, but closer towards the coast, a little bit higher. And please note that these aren't going to be the exact numbers. We're really not going to know until we get into this system to kind of see, okay, what are the precipitation rates with this system? How long is it lasting? But this kind of gives us a ballpark idea with what to expect with this system. As for ice, expect slippery areas, even as we get into Thursday and Friday later into the week. And I do want to touch on that system, bringing you back to the long-range models. We're taking you from Wednesday into Thursday, and that's that system that moves in. Models still running, so likely going to see this system very similar to the system that we had last week.
Yes.
Where that mixed terrain and it moves in and out. These are pretty quick systems if we're talking about time frame wise for actual snowfall, actual wintry mixes moving in and out. Now, I do have a few key takeaways to point out, regardless of whatever wintry precipitation type we see, which is mainly going to be snow for that Tuesday night into Wednesday time frame. It's just going to be extremely cold. And that's something that we don't want to take away, is how cold it's actually going to be, because these are going to be some of the coldest temperatures of the season, and we haven't seen temperatures this cold in a very long time. So make sure to remember the 4 Ps, and Those exact accumulation amounts still remain uncertain, but we do have that ballpark idea that we are likely going to see some. But as for those exact amounts, it still remains up in the air. And also, just make sure to tune in. I know we're on at 10 on Fox Wilmington and 11 right here on WECT for tonight. Also, tomorrow, CIM, Carolina in the morning, 5, 6, and then at 7 o'clock on Fox. As we get closer towards the system, we get a better understanding, and we kind of can paint a clearer picture for what everyone can expect.
Yeah, no, we've been meeting throughout the weekend, our crews, and kind of just getting updates as we prepare for this. We highly suggest you do the same and just make sure that you are tuning in to us. As Ella said, we will have live broadcasts tonight, 10 and 11 o'clock. Chief Gannon Medwick will be back in the morning, and we do have all hands on deck as we prepare for whatever this winter storm may bring our way. Ella, just recap it for us for some of the folks who may have tuned in late. Again, we talking snow? If so, the time frame for that. And again, it's more coastal areas, but we want to keep a close eye on that.
So our viewing area, we're likely going to see some amount of snowfall. And for that system moving in and out, we're talking Tuesday late afternoon, early evening, where we could see those first flurries move on in. And that's going to see that snowfall throughout the night and into Wednesday morning. It's a quick system, like we've mentioned. It's going to be mainly throughout Tuesday night where we'll see that snowfall. Some accumulation is likely. So that's going to be exciting for folks. You were talking about sledding, snowman building.
It's been a while. My son is almost 12 now. The last time we got to do this, I think he was like 3 or 4, and it snowed for like an hour there. And I was in Brunswick County, and we were able to build snowmen, and it melted. This is going to stay cold, though, for a little while.
Yeah, this is going to stay cold. It's not going to melt right away. So we're likely going to have a morning, an afternoon, and even a night, well, likely a night, because temperatures fall below freezing, where we have a quote-unquote, snow day. So where we'll see that snow, winter wonderland for most, so kids can play out in it, snowball fights.
Yes. That's probably just going to be here at the station.
That's right.
So watch yourself as you come in here. So.
Oh, goodness. Maybe a First Alert Weather Team snowball.
Yes. We'll try to get that on Facebook if we catch that.
Exactly.
Ella, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys for joining us. Make sure that, again, you download those WECT news and weather apps. Tune to us and trust the First Alert Weather Team as they walk us through whatever this winter storm may bring our way. Again, I'm News Director Brad Myers here with meteorologist Ella Tansey. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.